Revealing the history of Rakinah's grandfather, between fact and legend. Abstract. The book revealing the history of Buyut Rakinah, Between Facts and Legends, by Numan Helmi, SPD, MM, presents an in-depth investigation into the life and legacy of Buyut Rakinah, a respected figure in Kampung Asem, Cikuda village, Padingpanjang district, Bogor Regency. Through a historical and anthropological approach, this book explores historical facts and legends surrounding the figure of Buyut Rakinah, describes her role in society and her impact on local traditions and cultural values. By utilizing authentic sources, interviews with community leaders, and documentation of cultural artifacts, this book seeks to uncover the truth behind folktales and provide a comprehensive understanding of Buyut Rakinah's contribution in shaping the identity and life of the Kampung Asem community. Chapter 1. Introduction. Background of the study. In every corner of Indonesia, there are stories and legends that are an integral part of the identity and culture of the local community. One figure who has a great influence in local history is Buyut Rakinah, or QURU, a respected figure and often the subject of pilgrimage by the people of Kampung Asem, Cikuda village, Padingpanjang district, Bogor Regency. Buyut Rakinah is thought to have come from Banten and was a descendant of the Banten Sultanate, although the time of her arrival in Kampung Asem remains a mystery. The story of Buyut Rakinah has become an important part of the cultural heritage of the local community, and her grave is often visited by residents who want to pay their respects and seek blessings. The tradition of pilgrimage to Buyut Rakinah's grave reflects a deep belief and appreciation for figures who are considered to have played an important role in local history and culture. This pilgrimage is not only a religious ritual, but also a form of cultural and historical preservation. The people of Kampung Asem see Buyut Rakinah as a figure who has spiritual power and great contributions to their social and religious life. Therefore, this study focuses on understanding more deeply about the life, legacy, and influence of Buyut Rakinah in the social and cultural context of Kampung Asem. This research is also important in the broader context of documenting and preserving valuable cultural heritage. In the fast-paced modern era and globalization, many local traditions and stories are in danger of being forgotten. By highlighting the story of Buyut Rakinah, this book aims to maintain the collective memory of the community and ensure that the cultural and historical values inherent in this figure can be passed on to future generations. Objectives and benefits of the book. The main objectives of this book are to document and examine in depth the life story, legacy, and influence of Buyut Rakinah, or HJ QURU, in Kampung Asem. This book also aims to explore various social, cultural, and spiritual aspects related to the pilgrimage tradition to Buyut Rakinah's tomb. 1. Education and cultural preservation. This book will be a valuable source of information for the people of Kampung Asem and its surroundings, as well as for academics and researchers interested in local history and pilgrimage traditions. Through comprehensive documentation, this book will help preserve a valuable cultural heritage. 2. Strengthening local identity. By exploring and understanding more deeply about Buyut Rakinah and her role in society, this book will help strengthen the local identity and sense of pride of the people of Kampung Asem towards their cultural heritage. 3. Cultural tourism development. Good documentation of the pilgrimage tradition and cultural heritage of Buyut Rakinah can be an attraction for cultural tourism, which in turn can provide economic benefits to the local community. 4. Spiritual and moral reflection. This book will also provide insight into the spiritual and moral values that can be taken from the life story of Buyut Rakinah. This can be a source of inspiration for individuals in their daily lives. This study uses a qualitative approach to deeply understand the life story, legacy, and influence of Buyut Rakinah. Some of the research methodologies used in compiling this book include: 1. Literature review. A literature review was conducted to collect information from various sources, including books, scientific articles, historical documents, and local records related to Buyut Rakinah and the pilgrimage tradition in Kampung Asem. The literature accessed includes works from experts in the fields of history, anthropology, and culture. In-depth interviews. Interviews with community leaders, elders, traditional leaders, and residents of Kampung Asem were conducted to obtain first-hand information and testimonies about the life and legacy of Buyut Rakinah. These interviews also helped in understanding the meaning and significance of the pilgrimage for the local community. Participatory observation. Direct observation of the pilgrimage traditions and cultural activities around Buyut Rakinah's tomb was conducted to gain a more holistic picture of these practices. Participatory observation allows the researcher to experience firsthand the social and spiritual dynamics involved. 4. Visual documentation. Visual documentation, including photography and video recording, was used to document Buyut Rakinah's tomb, pilgrimage rituals, and related cultural artifacts. This visual documentation will be an important part of the book to provide a more realistic picture to the reader. 5. Data analysis. Data collected from various sources were systematically analyzed to identify key themes and relationships between various aspects of Buyut Rakinah's life and heritage. This analysis included historical, anthropological, and cultural approaches. Book structure. This book is structured into 20 chapters designed to provide a comprehensive understanding of the story, heritage, and reverence for Buyut Rakinah. Here is the structure of the book.
Chapter 2. History of Kampung Asem.
History of Asem Village. Origins of Kampung Asem. Kampung Asem, located in Cikuda Village, Parung Panjang District, Bogor Regency, has a rich and interesting history. The origins of Kampung Asem can be traced through stories passed down from generation to generation by elders and local community leaders. According to the story in circulation, the name Kampung Asem comes from the tamarind trees, Tamarindus indica, that grow in abundance around this area. The tamarind trees give this village its own characteristics and are an important marker in its history. In addition, Kampung Asem is also closely related to the presence of a legendary figure, Buyut Rakinah, or H.J. QURU, who is believed to have come from Banten. Buyut Rakinah came to Kampung Asem at a time that cannot be precisely ascertained, but her presence had a major influence on the social and cultural development of this village. Buyut Rakinah is considered a figure who has spiritual powers and is believed to be a descendant of the Banten Sultanate, which strengthens the legitimacy and respect of the community towards her.
The existence of Buyut Rakinah's tomb in Kampung Asem is real evidence of her existence and influence. The tomb is often used as a pilgrimage site by local people who want to pay their respects and ask for blessings. The story of Buyut Rakinah, who came from Banten and settled in Kampung Asem, is an integral part of the history and identity of this village. Development of Kampung Asem from time to time. The development of Kampung Asem from time to time reflects the social, economic, and cultural dynamics that occurred in this area. Initially, Kampung Asem was a small settlement, inhabited by an agrarian community that relied on agriculture as its main source of livelihood. The presence of Buyut Rakinah and her influence in society brought significant changes to the social and spiritual life of this village. Over the decades, Kampung Asem has experienced quite rapid growth. Infrastructure development, such as roads, bridges, and public facilities, began to be carried out to support the growing needs of the community. The economic life of the community also began to diversify, with the emergence of various small businesses and local trade. In addition, access to education and health services has also begun to increase, providing a positive impact on the quality of life of the people of Kampung Asem.
In the modern era, Kampung Asem continues to experience changes and developments. The influence of globalization and technology has had a significant impact on the daily lives of the community. However, traditional values and local culture are still maintained and preserved. The tradition of pilgrimage to the tomb of Buyut Rakinah is one example of how the people of Kampung Asem continue to appreciate their ancestral heritage while adapting to the changing times. Traditions and culture in Kampung Asem. Traditions and culture in Asem Village. Kampung Asem has a wealth of traditions and culture that reflect the identity of the local community. One of the most prominent traditions is the tradition of pilgrimage to the tomb of Buyut Rakinah. This pilgrimage is not only a religious ritual, but also a form of respect and preservation of history. Every year, the people of Kampung Asem hold a joint pilgrimage event which is followed by various activities such as joint prayers, tahlilan, and pengajian. This event is an important moment to strengthen ties between residents and maintain togetherness. In addition to the pilgrimage tradition, Kampung Asem also has various other traditions related to the life cycle, such as traditional wedding ceremonies, circumcisions, and selamatan. Each of these traditional ceremonies is accompanied by various rituals and symbols that reflect the cultural and religious values of the local community. For example, in a wedding ceremony, there is a traditional procession involving the extended families of the bride and groom and a symbol of the unification of the two families.
The culture of mutual cooperation is also a characteristic of the people of Kampung Asem. In various activities, such as building houses, repairing roads, and village events, the community always works together and helps each other. This culture of mutual cooperation not only strengthens social solidarity, but also becomes a real manifestation of the values of togetherness and concern between residents. Social and economic conditions of Kampung Asem. Social and economic conditions of Asem village. The social and economic conditions of Kampung Asem reflect complex and diverse dynamics. In general, the people of Kampung Asem consist of various social strata, ranging from farmers, traders, to workers in the informal sector. The economic life of the community still largely relies on the agricultural sector, although some residents have begun to switch to the trade and service sectors. The agricultural sector in Kampung Asem includes various commodities, such as rice, vegetables, and fruits. The tamarind trees that are the hallmark of this village also contribute to the economy, both through the sale of tamarind fruit and its processed products. In addition to agriculture, the community is also involved in livestock activities, such as raising chickens, goats, and cows, which provide additional income for the family. On the other hand, the development of the trade and service sector is also beginning to be seen with the emergence of various small businesses, such as food stalls, grocery stores, and workshops. Access to a wider market also allows the community to sell local products outside the village. This provides new economic opportunities and improves community welfare. However, Kampung Asem also faces various social and economic challenges. Limited access to quality education, health services, and infrastructure are among the obstacles that need to be overcome. In addition, poverty and social inequality are still issues that need serious attention. However, the spirit of mutual cooperation and togetherness of the Kampung Asem community provides strong social capital to face these challenges. With a deep understanding of the history, traditions, and socio-economic conditions of Kampung Asem, we can better appreciate and understand the important role of Buyut Rakinah in shaping the identity and life of the local community. The story of Buyut Rakinah is not just a legend, but also an integral part of the cultural and historical heritage that should be preserved and passed on to future generations. The following chapters will delve deeper into the life and legacy of Buyut Rakinah and how the Kampung Asem community continues to preserve and honor this heritage.
Untuk bab selanjutnya akan dibuat di video yang lain, simak jangan pindah channel dulu ya, pasti lebih menarik ceritanya TERAH yang sudah menyimak video ini dari awal sampai akhir video. Agar anak cucu kita kelak tidak akan kehilangan jejak leluhurnya dan mampu belajar dari masa lalu untuk lebih baik DIMASA yang akan datang TERAH.